Okay, hopefully that's better. Better than before. I don't know what happened. It was flipped before. Had to restart it. But I think we're good now. Good morning. It is 10 o'clock, so it's time to go. Hang on one second. Let me get this up on my computer live. Live. And I think we're good. Let me mute. Good morning, Tina. Hope you are all well. Hope all is good wherever you are. And this is what we're stitching out. We are stitching out June's tiling scene, which I think so many people are excited about because there's so many of you that are like campers, RVers. It is cute. So I'm totally excited to get this started. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was delirious when I was kidding some of your stuff. Some of you are missing your blue felt. Some of you are missing your felt in your kit. There's probably about a dozen of you that didn't get it in there. Lori and I could be like 20 of you. So if you didn't get your blue felt, if you have some in your stash, great. If not, send me a note and I'll pop it in the mail to you. But we didn't realize until it was Saturday. So on Saturday, we were kidding more and we realized that some of you might be missing this. So if you got your kit from us and you're missing your blue felt, I just went in my stash. I do have felt. So I just grabbed a whole bunch. So I'm going to just be using whatever was in my stash. I am so sorry. We are probably going to stitch this, and this one and save that one for later in case you don't have your blue felt. And like I said, if you got your kit from us, send us a note. Every once in a while, we do make a mistake. I hate it. I'm so sorry. I stressed and then I went, there's nothing I can do but to send it to you. So it should be like a square piece. You had like one long piece for the clouds and then you had one square piece, which is going to be for the, I'm so sorry, Lita. Do you forgive me? Send me a note and I can pop it in your next order too. Or if you need it right now, just let me know. We will always make it right. Just know that we will always make it right. So don't go, oh, I have to live with it like this. We'll always make it right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using, this is my 7x12 magnetic brother hoop. Baby Lock sells the same exact hoop. You can buy the brother hoop and use it on your Baby Lock. So, yeah, if you want to get it, as long as, honestly, I think it can go on all the machines. We'd have to check anyone that has that embroidery field. Thank you, Lita. I'm so sorry. Are we seeing you this week, Miss Lita? Patrick was telling me you're going to be in the store. All right. So this is the 7x12. I love this hoop, and I use this hoop and my 5x7 like for everything. If it doesn't fit in this, then I use my regular hoops. I love my regular hoops too, but like now that I have this hoop, this is what I use all the time. I am hooping up in muslin, and don't forget we sell this by the bolt, and it is I like the 90-inch. So I always use the 90-inch, and then I just roll it up right here like it's a roll of stabilizer, and I just continue to hoop. So I'm going to be doing one at a time, one hooping. I'm going to do two in every hooping. I'll do one block at a time. And next Monday, so when you come in, let me... Oh, Lita, we're not open on Mondays. We're closed on Mondays. Don't come on Monday. Okay. Here is my bag of goodies. I'm actually using Grunge as my background. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Grunge is made to be double-sided. So if you want the solid side of the Grunge, I don't have a piece to show you right now. If you want the solid side of the Grunge, turn it over and it'll just be a nice dark gray. I thought for this would look great for the night sky. Others of you will either have char, which is what it calls for, or you might have the Michael Miller um, metal, which is like the char's super dark. The metal is like, I mean, it's almost the same color, maybe one single shade lighter, but it is meant to be a dark charcoal. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slide this onto the machine. No Mondays. Yeah, I'll be here on Monday. You're going to have to come to my house. I'm going to use the rest of that bobbin up. I look at it and go, oh, it should go a ways, but it might not. So I'm going to go ahead and slide my hoop on. Guess what? This morning, I had, I put this here. I'm going to show you. I put this here, and then I turned on my machine, and my arm went, and it made a huge noise, and it pushed my table and everything. If that ever happens to you, and you feel like you may have impeded the movement of your arm in any direction, turn your machine off and turn it back on again so it can recalibrate. Just a note, like nobody ever told me that when I got my machine, but if you, like for instance, if you're stitching and something bad happens and it's stitching in one place and it can't move, turn your machine off and back on again because it'll knock it out of calibration, and it's not a big deal. You can just turn it off and back on again. But I feel like it's important for you to know that because that happens, it happens to all of us. And then suddenly your machine is stitching not where it should be stitching and you think your machine's broken and it's not. You just have to recalibrate. Alrighty, let's get started. Betty, you're just over the hill. Lita lives further than you. You can just drive and come see us. I know. Oh, you don't even want to come see us. You want to meet Lita. Okay, I get it. I get it. All right. Let's go. I transferred all my stuff here to Design Database Transfer. I sent it over wirelessly. If you have that feature, please learn to use it. It's so much fun. And I'm never looking for my USBs anymore. And they don't go bad on me. Oh, look at this was Homestead. I was working on that yesterday too. Because I need to get something on my multi-needle. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with tile number 1, top left corner. So I'm going to stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or I might do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for those of you that need that piece of felt. So we'll figure it out. This is going to be the one with the moon. This should be easy peasy. This is the moon right here, right? That's going to be it. Yeah. Oh, no, that's in the quilting. That's in the quilting. Is that it? That's the top of the tree? No, we need this one. This one right here that has a fluffy top of the tree, that is what we're doing. I know. Come see us. Are you coming for the quilt show? All right, I want you to select your hoop size so you know where you're going to put this, because look what happens if you don't. If I were to just leave it 5 by 7, then you don't know how much room you have. I'm going to edit. This is my rotate button. And I'm going to go to the right, and I could put it right here. And guess what? Am I in my embroidery field? I don't know, because I have a 5 by 7 here. And then you might go, but that's 5 by 7. Why doesn't it fit in my embroidery field? Well, let me go ahead and select the right outline, 7 by 12. And look, I'm way outside that embroidery field. That's why some of you get confused because you're like, it's 5 by 7. Why is it telling me to switch to a bigger hoop? Because you loaded it outside the embroidery field. So I'm going to go ahead and center that. That's your center button. And I'm going to move it up to the very top. But I'm going to stay within the box, which is the embroidery field for my 5 by 7. Okay, let's go ahead and say okay. And now we're going to add. Oh my God, Tina, of course you do. Of course you do. I actually don't. I sent out all the kits. I don't even have a kit for me yet because we're waiting for one more shipment that's going to be here, I think, on Friday. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So it's got to be here Friday for me to have the kit so I can stitch with you and I can prep with you on Monday. All right. If I don't prep with you on Monday, it might be during the week. Because like I said, I sent out everything to you guys first. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the treetop. I'm going to set it. I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to rotate to the right. And that makes everything right side up. And let's move him down. Leave a decent amount of space because you don't want your fabric overlapping. But save that inch down on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say okay. And that's what my first hooping is going to look like. Oh, I know it's hard to wait, right? You guys can't wait. You're like, I'm going to start cutting now. I have to do the spreadsheet and I have to do everything. I thought I was going to die from the shipping of the sipping. I think we're done. Just go ahead and touch embroidery. And then I like to go, I'm not going to color group. I'm just going to do them separately. But I'm going to go down here on the bottom. This button here is where you can go forward and backward stitches. It shows the needle with the minus plus. Because we are going to skip some steps. And even though we did the last one, I think we're doing what? Step 1. We're skipping 2. We're doing step 3. And then we're going to, it's that time of year where Mondays are mow days at my house. I'm going to shut the door. Not that that helps, but Mondays are mow days, but they're also the day I like to live feed from home. All right. Let me make sure everyone has everything. You're ready to go. We're going to do step 1, and then we're skipping step 2. We're going to do step 3, and then we're going to lay down our fabric, and then we will do step 4. Got it? Everyone's got it? Your spreadsheet should have your information on there. So the spreadsheet's on the website. You should be able to find it there under SIP, and if it's not there, let me know. But I think I gave it to Graydon to put up. It was just April, May, and June. It tells you you need 18 pieces of batting. That's the size I cut my batting to, 4.5 by 5.25. And then it tells you what page to find everything, what to use for your stabilizer. It's a built-in quilt stitch, so we didn't have that. What color to use for your background quilting. It recommends shadow, but I'm going to be using lead gray because my fabric's a little bit lighter. What size hoop you could be used. And there's your final cut size, because before I couldn't remember what it was. I mean, this is pretty basic and boring, and this is probably what it's going to look like for the next 3. We're going to be good to go, I think, cutting 200 kits. We are a third sold out, so don't wait until the last minute to get your kit. That way we can get it for you right when right when we finish up having like the cut list, and we can have everything for you. Batting. So my batting's pre-cut. I'm gonna put in, I can't remember what I did before. I'm gonna put in, let's just put this color in. This is Oxford. I am going to do, you know what I decided is I am going to do scan and cut for sip-in to cut my pieces. However, for the next round of home sewn, I'm not going to do scan and cut. I'm just going to do placement line and tack down. For those of you that don't have a scan and cut, I like to kind of switch back and forth. But I'm trying to keep it a little bit less bulky in the seams. And so that means it won't have the SF 101. Some of the pieces, the darker pieces, I won't SF 101, and it won't have the heat and bond light. So I'm hoping that'll make it a little bit easier to sew it all together. Okay, while it's doing that, here is my dime spray tent with my gross piece of cardboard in it, and this is the spray I use, KK100. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, maybe it was Renata, who said she missed my old spray box. I used to have this, the icky side. That's the wrong side that we're going to put down. So that's what we're going to spray. So I used to have this spray box from, I don't even have an Audi, but Audi, I think, sent us some promotional information, and I used that spray box for like a long time, like maybe 8 years or something, and then we got Momo and he stepped all over it, and broke the sides, and I still kept using it, and then I was like, okay, Jeannie, this looks so bad. You can't, it's like a horror movie. You can't show them what you're using. So, I'm going to skip this step. That is the tack down for the batting and the trim. We're cutting ours to size. Cut it to size. It's going to save you so much time. You do want to do step 3 too before you lay down your batting. Otherwise, the foot's just going to be dragging your batting all over the place. So do step 3 and then lay it down. Oh, you're right. I do. Oh my God. Betty, I have Arctic black. Hang on, let me look at it. Oh my goodness, Betty. Here's Arctic black. Maybe this would be good. Okay, I'm grabbing this. This is Arctic black. Maybe we'll use that for the quilting. I think it's going to be perfect. So I've been completely obsessed with Holoshimmer. And this one is Arctic black. And that might look perfect. It really does look kind of like a dark midnight blue. I'm going to hold it against my fabric. Oh my God. Is that going to be amazing? Okay, Betty, I'm going to give it a go. Hopefully I don't hate it. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to love it. All right, now lay down your batting. I usually cut that measurement I gave you is a little bit bigger than that inside batting line, so you're going to really line it up to the other line. I like it to be just a little bit bigger because, I mean, if you did the tack down and trim, it would probably be a little bit bigger too. And I'm going to lay down my background fabric now. I'm going to forget. When we go to do the next round, I'll probably be like, how did we do it? I better write it down. I'll put it down in the spreadsheet. I'll add it. Okay. Now it wants to do your, shoot, were we doing this in a matching color? I feel like we did this in a matching color. I'm going to put in my lead gray. Or does it not matter? I can't remember. It might not matter. But I'm just going to put lead gray. How quickly the mind fails me. I wasn't going to use glitter, but now I am. Because I have the perfect color. Yeah, rest in peace box. I did love that box. Okay, and then I'm going to put my Arctic black in next for the quilting stitch. It's going to be gorge. Isn't that going to be amazing? I think it will look amazing on your charcoal fabric too. Here it is. It's color 6051. We sell the small spools too. And the fabric I'm using right now is Grunge Lead, which I think is going to look absolutely amazing. I think the charcoal, I mean, you've seen the charcoal, it looks amazing too. I love the, we don't carry the Michael Miller. I love that stuff. It feels so luxurious. Don't get me wrong, the charcoal feels great too, but there's something about that, Michael Miller, whatever their solids are, that feels so good. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Not even changing my speed. Might break. Just keep in mind that I didn't change my needle at all. I don't even know what I have in there. Oh my God. Amazing. I don't think I could have picked like a better color. Thanks for bringing it up, because I had told myself I was just going to go lead gray. No, thank you. Okay, this one is Holoshimmer. It's color 6051. And I think it's Arctic Black. I think that's the name of it. But if you're looking for it on the website, it's 6051. Again, you can buy the big. So I'm using this big bad boy, but I mean, you don't need to get one that big. Hello, UK people. That looks pretty amazing. I mean, it's just enough shimmer and glimmer. Good morning, Rebecca. I should get my book, huh? I'm just daydreaming here. I'm just admiring that. Okay, so I'm starting with block number 1, which is going to be this one. And remember, they're only giving you the pictures and the expanded instructions with just, I think they're doing block 5 for all of them, but I'm just starting in the top left and working my way down. Maybe we'll get through all of this, because there's some that do not have a lot of stitching. So we just did the quilting detail. Stitch the star and moon fill, and it wants you to do that in linen. I've been using my purl in place of that, so I'm going to use purl. Let me take out my high maintenance but good looking Holoshimmer thread. Purl, let's do this. Good afternoon, Indiana. So I've been so much better about going to bed. I need Patrick, because Patrick always makes the right decision. So he gets me to go to bed earlier. But last night, I was watching like cooking videos and all sorts of other stuff. I couldn't. Okay, this is doing the moon and star fill, and then we're going to do the branches. And the branches are going to be, I love that they have the little key here. So right here, we are going to be doing camel. So if you're looking for the key, it's on the first page of your tiling scene, and I'll tell you what the thread colors are. I stick to the thread colors for the most part. Camel's a new color for me. I had to bring a brand new one home from home. Did you guys get a lot of sewing done this weekend? I did a bunch of stuff that I hadn't had time for. So I was getting some kits up for Homestead. I'm going to stitch that on my multi-needle. And then I finally have all this stuff for Michelle's boxy pouch class. So I'm going to take the pictures for that and get that posted. Oh, those stars are so cute. Oh, good. I'm so glad you got it, Susan. Because Karen's going to be here for the sew-along. We saw Karen last week, and she looked great. She popped into the store. Okay, it's hard to appreciate the Holoshimmer, but it looks so good, and I'm so glad you recommended that. Oops, sorry. Camera fell. Did you like that view? The view of nothing? Here, I'm going to have a sip of coffee for my cup of narcissism. This is the one that Patrick always calls my cup of narcissism. Because it says, I am grateful for. That's what it says in the cup. I'm grateful for life. Every day, I'm grateful that I'm here for another day. You just can't take it for granted, right? I'm grateful to be stitching with you guys. I'm grateful to have sew-alongs. Sew-alongs, I don't know about you, but they get me, keep me on track, and they keep me getting my projects done. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Bart and Trish in Central Florida. Hello, hello. Rebecca, get on your machine. Are you not stitching these? Are you gonna do sipping? I can't even be like, look how awesome this is, because we sold everything, and then the next batch is gonna. I've been waiting. I think some of the next batch is gonna be here. I'm hoping midweek. All right, here we go. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, things that are crazy give you perspective. Like, you don't have that as a kid. For most kids, right? Most kids, you just live life. I feel like I just lived life and took everything for granted until you don't. All right, it's going to do, is this the branches fill? So it's going to do the top branches. Oh, I know. You know what? These are not cheap. Kits are not cheap. Background quilting's not cheap. Patrick just brought home English muffins like he might be making me breakfast or something. He just walked the dogs. Oh, let me look at my instructions because I was losing focus. Tree fill. Tree fill. You should still stitch with us and then and work on a UFO, because that always feels good to get something done. You want sage. We're doing sage. Next color. You know, I feel so good when I finish something and I have so many UFOs. Where's Cindy West? I know. If I was just going to be sewing along, I would just grab Hello Sunshine. Project Overload Anonymous. It's okay. You can let your name, your person be known here, because we're all in the same boat. Guys, I apologize for my camera. I have the filming arm and it sits in between me and the stitching, and so I hit it sometimes, and so yeah, it does make it bounce a little bit. Okay, after you do this one, we're gonna do green with the star, and that's soldier green. That's gonna be more of your navy. Oh God, this looks so good! I cannot wait. I'm kind of sad that, well, I'm glad because this will give us a chance to work through, this will give us a chance to do sip-in, but I love these, and I feel like they're just great little bites. Why don't you put fusible on the filler blocks? Why don't you put fusible fusible on the filler blocks. Like the SF101? And are you talking about... So sometimes I do, like if it says to do so in the instructions, I might do so. But for the most part, I just feel like I don't need it. Like I press out, looks great. It makes it less bulky. If you're using muslin, and I feel like it just presses out and it's really just beautiful. So it's totally up to you. I feel like some of them I have used, like when we've been prepping, I feel like I have used SF101. So I don't know, because I never did in the beginning, and so now sometimes I don't. If you feel like you need it and it looks better and you get a better result, that's what I'm about. If it's going to make everything better, if it's going to be the same, then I might not take those steps. Tina, because I'm lazy. You know I'm the lazy embroiderer. That would be my handle. Lazy embroiderer. Try to get away with everything. Remember when I did those snowflakes for Enchanted? And I tried to do one layer and then it came out so bad. And then I had to redo them. So that's me. Do they say don't use it for the filler blocks? I thought they said to use it. Tried non-woven fusible backing. What would non-woven be? Like, because that means because woven doesn't stretch. Does that mean you're non-woven? As long as I say if it's because there are other fusible wovens that are lighter weight than the SF101. I think those are totally fine to use. Some of them, like sometimes you want that sometimes you want the woven fusible to add extra body. Sometimes you need it and you want the thicker stuff like the SF101 so you don't get shadowing. So, but if it's lighter and it's a woven, and I would use that too. Like, use it up. Susan, use it up. Okay, it doesn't stretch. Okay, so the wovens don't stretch. Like SF101 is a fusible woven. So as long as it doesn't stretch, you can use that too. Unless it's super light and it's going to be behind a white piece of fabric that's going to be over a print and you're going to see it shadow through. But I say that might be perfect for your filler blocks using that. All right, let me stop talking. I'm going to change my thread out to Soldier Green. So yeah, I say use it up. Sometimes there's times where I feel like SF101 is a little too much, right? And I want just a little bit less. That might be perfect for that. I'd use it. And don't forget, if you guys need a bolt, we sell the bolts. Sorry, my arm's hitting. We sell the bolts at 30% off. And guess what? This is the last part, and then we're going to do the next block. These are going to go fast, these top two. Did I SF101 oh my god, he did it! Did it say to SF101 these? You know what's really nice? So the velveteen they used to have would fray, like it would just kind of fall apart and come apart in your hand. So I was like, absolutely SF101 this. This stuff doesn't shed or anything, so I might just leave it. I didn't SF101 it. Some of you might have felt in there because we did it before this came out, so you might have some gorgeous green felt. And if you're joining us late, if you got your kit and you did not have your blue felt for the stream, send me a note. And I will send it to you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, some of you have felt. And the felt's beautiful too. I made sure you had something good. It was like the beginning, the early quilts. I mean, the early kits. All right. That one's done. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to go ahead and I don't know why I took that thread out. I could have just left it. So let me put some thread in. And we are going to do, this is going to be our placement line. Remember, let me go over here. Placement line for, I do have a cutter on the side and I use that sometimes because I don't know what genius moved the cutter. The only issue is it cuts it long, so you have to pull the loop through. But that's okay. What was I going to say to you? Okay, do step 1 and step 3. I don't even care about that long tail because I'm going to be laying down my felt and my background fabric. Or my batting and my background felt fabric. So when this stops, just start it all over again. Here we go over here. I have my iron. There's my little iron. It fits like kind of perfectly in my martelli table in that little slit. So that's where I kind of keep it. Because I don't know why I can't put it down without putting it on the little holder where it melts it. I should show it to you. You'd be horrified. You'd be like, what's wrong with her? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have lots of issues. Let's just say that. Lots of issues. Okay, I'm going to skip step 2. And then this is going to be step 3. Yeah, some of you might have a, like an olivey green felt in your kit. Whoop. Okay, I don't know what that was. I'm thinking my bobbin. Did you see that? And all that pulling? Okay, let's see what happened. Sometimes when it gets down to the bobbin, ooh, look at this. So I have no idea what happened here. Didn't cut my thread. So, okay, if bad stuff happens like that, you are going to check your bobbin. And we're going to see if it gets caught. Sometimes it gets caught at the end. Do you know what I mean? So it is the end. So that would make me think it was probably the bobbin. Then you're going to check your upper thread. I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to see if it's pulling smoothly. And it's totally pulling smoothly. So I think it was probably the bobbin. Sometimes when it gets to the end, it just does weird stuff. Let me get a new bobbin. Yeah, I don't know what happened just there. But check the upper, check the lower. I'm just going to slide it back on. I'm not even going to go back 10 stitches because it's just a placement line. Are we good? Did I rethread? If it was like actual important stitching, I would go back, but I'm not going to go back for that. Any news about Philtech bobbins? The news is they said Q3. So don't expect to get any Philtech again until the fall time. Good morning, Alberta. Oh my God, my manservant. Look how good he looks serving me. Thank you, Patrick. Look at that.
The
Oh my.
Anna's tacos.
Yeah.
For lunch at 1:30. Does that work?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
Watch
Did you
the-
see me
don't let
going?
the dogs get this.
I went into autopilot. I need to do that on top. Or was that the rest of it? Oh no, that was the rest of it. Sorry. I was just so excited about the food that I forgot where I was. I know, doesn't that look good? Look at this. He's trying to figure it out. Momo, that's not for you. You're so handsome, though. He's so handsome. Okay, I got to put it somewhere where he can't reach it, because that's just torture, right? Right where he can almost reach it. Oh, there's the other land shark. The other land shark hairs. They smell blood in the water. No, Mommy moved it. Okay, let's go ahead and put our... I know. Okay, can I tell you, I was a housewife. Like, after I had my kids, our kids, I stopped working, and then I was a housewife for 8 years. Oh, sorry, that was Momo. That wasn't me. And I loved it. And I can't wait to someday, I told Patrick, someday I'm going to be a housewife again, and I'm going to take such good care of you. I can't remember if the thread color matters right now. I don't think it does. I think that's like our stitch line. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this back on. We're going to do our tack down stitch. Nothing for you guys. That's a lie. I always share with them. I always give them a bite. Yeah, Poppy's so naughty. She does find a way. She's looking right now, trying to figure it out. Okay, and then we are going to go ahead and we're going to do the quilting stitch. Ooh. Mark's having knee replacement surgery. I'm so sorry. I hope he recovers well and quickly. Although, as I age, I go, you need to give yourself that full 6 to 8 weeks, they tell you. All right, I'm going to take out my thread. I'm going to put in my Holoshimmer 6051 Arctic Black. Thank you, Betty and Lita, for reminding me that I love Holoshimmer. Momo's so hopeful. He's like, she will give me some. I know my mommy. All right, hang on. Let me thread. So when you thread from the spool stand, make sure you use this. This should be part of your thread path. Don't use this. That's just for bobbin winding. If you use that, you're going to have too much tension. Okay, Pops, hang on. Lita, but are you back from Alaska? Okay, here we go. Quilting stitch. Hang on, I'm going to let Miss Pops out. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Uh-oh. Sometimes that happens. Let me rethread. I'm going to go back 10 stitches. Oh, guess what? I bet it's going to look like ick everywhere. See, I thought I got it up in the thread guide. If you don't get it in the thread guide on the very top, it is not going to be able to feed out right. And it's going to get super tight. How did that happen? That's so not like me, but let me rethread. And that probably made the stitching icky too, because it made the tension bad, because it made the tension tight on the top, and maybe even pulled up my bobbin thread. I was so focused on the thread guide that it looks okay. I'm not seeing any white. I'm going to go back 10. That was a me issue. Do you think I should use it for the stars too? I think it's too dark. I don't know if you would see it enough. Maybe. Yeah, this is Holoshimmer. It is 6051, and I think it's called Arctic Black, and I'm telling you that from memory. Okay, I'm going to take it out. That would not have broken if I hadn't of missed part of my threading. Missed my upper thread guide, because it needs to feed up and then down. Otherwise, it's going to be too tight. Okay, next color we're putting in is going to be the stars, and I'm doing my stars in pearl. I mean, pearl's very close to linen. I don't know. It's a little bit creamier. Use a light. Yes, I could have used a lighter Holoshimmer, right? You know what I wish they had was a white, like a white Holoshimmer with a little bit of iridescence in it. That would be amazing, but they don't have it. Okay, you're going to do your stars. They don't even have like a white glitter thread. That's a lie. Yenmit makes a couple of them. I feel like that thread is really high maintenance though. Then you're going to stitch the pine tree placement line. It wants you to do it in the green with the diagonal. And the green with the diagonal is going to be sage. So get your sage thread. Poppy's outside. She's probably bothering the... Oh, let me get her in here. I don't know, growing up, if I ever saw my dad ever serve anything to my mom. So, it's almost crazy having a Patrick in my life. And I can't wait to take better care of Patrick, too. Someday when I'm not working as much. Okay. So, what is it? Okay, we're going to put our sage in, and it's going to do the top part of the tree and make this one to hang. I know, this one is like, it's so cute. You could customize it, right? To your RV. How cute would it be if you did like some kind of funky fabric for the trailer? That would be so fun too. What if you did like a Tula pink? Like a really fun print. Okay, it's going to do the top of the tree. You're going to go ahead and grab your smaller piece of felt. I mean, it's so little itty bitty. I'm going to give this a little shot of spray. Or if you have your felt, give that a little shot of spray. This one I think is trim as desired. And like I said, anytime it says trim as desired, I would not pre-cut it. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and lay it down. Make sure you have enough. I'm like, can I lay it down this way? Sure can. I'm going to lay it down like that. You want at least 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Look at me trying to be skimpy. All right, stop. I started watching the new season of Hoarders because I need to remind myself that I need to keep my, the nap. So I like it so when you pet it, it feels good going down, and that does not. Let's see if it, there, feels good going down. So pet it and make sure it feels good going down. All right, so we laid our fabric down, stitch the tack down, and then you're gonna, they want you to trim it close to the stitch line. So it's probably gonna have a satin stitch. So we could have cut this. I didn't though. I'm gonna get my snips close to the stitch line. Yeah, MS1 is their silver, and it's kind of, it's light. You could use that. That would be kind of shimmery. Oh, I feel like I just wasted. I can't help myself. I'm like, I could have totally fit it up there. Oh, well. Oh, well. Close to the stitch line. Anytime, my applique tools of choice are going to be number 1, my snips, because I feel like these are the easiest to work with. If the fabric is too thick for my snips, I go 4.5 double curved Femore scissors. If that doesn't work, then I go to my 6.5s, where they're a little bit stronger. Hi, Momo. I know you want that, right? You want... See how my tips aren't quite strong enough for that? So I might do my my double curved. I like my snips because I can I use them with both hands. And the Kimberbell ones I feel like are the best ones out there. I've gone through I use the Femore ones. I do love my Havels too. My Havels are nice. It's a little bit hairy here. All right, I'm going to slide that back on. Oh, it looks like the Kimberbell stitch. So you do want to get it nice and close. Do the decorative outline. I don't know if I did that nice and close. We'll see how it comes out. Yeah, Trish, some men are born that way. You got one. I didn't know that Patrick was going to be a coffee and breakfast guy, because I did all of that in the beginning. Yeah, I love the snips. Hi, Momo. Not right now, buddy. There are a lot of applique pieces. I feel like this one looks really simple, but because you have the trailer and you have the windows and the doors and all of that, there are a lot of applique pieces. And then we're going to put in the, and I feel like it's fine if a little bit of it hangs out of there, because it's a tree. Makes it look a little more organic. So mine wasn't cut totally perfectly. I feel like, wrong color. I'd switched. No, that was right. No, that was wrong. So the outline was supposed to be in, sorry guys. So it was supposed to be in sage, and I changed my thread to soldier green And then now it's supposed to be soldier green for the tree detail. So guess what? I'm just going to go ahead and just leave my soldier green in. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys read your instructions and did your sage. I could do sage on top, but I'm just going to leave it. And when it goes to do the rest of the tree, I'll just do everything in soldier green. Mine's going to be different than yours. Should we use the scan and cut for the tree? So it would be nice to have that pre-cut, right? I would definitely do SF 101 on the back of it. But, you know, then you're going to be sewing it in here. It's going to get really thick. I say no. I think just go ahead and suffer through it and just hand stitch it or like hand cut it. But this outline, wait, did I do it right? Oh no, that was it. So it just did this and my outline is in soldier green. This outline should have been in sage, not soldier green. But when I do the next part of my tree, I'm going to do it in soldier green again so it matches. Oopsies. Sorry. All right, that one's done too. Let's rehoop. Let's come on over here. And I'm going to rehoop. And we're going to do the next 2 blocks. You could use the, you could definitely use the scan and cut. You're wondering, Momo's wondering why I haven't given him any breakfast yet. Can you guys see? You guys can see. Let's rehoop. And if you're doing 5x7, which I did for my first April, you're just going to hoop, take it out, rehoop, take it out, rehoop. Patrick.
What?
That's a beautiful breakfast. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I like to pull it so it's taut but not tight. You don't want to stretch it so that it like bounces. Poppy, you can't go out there. We're getting our lawn fertilized and aerated right now. Okay, I'm going to cut this very top one off. I'm going to cut it right down the middle. You just don't want it to fold underneath. Doesn't that look so good? Love it. I'm just going to take this one and clip it up. And my clippies. So if you ordered a pounder and you haven't gotten it, they're on back order now. I think I had ordered like 20 or 30 of them. So they're not going to be here. They're scheduled to ship to me on April 3rd. Just so you know, they're coming, but... All right, let's go ahead and hoop. Or slide our hoop on. But I love my pounder. My mallet. It's like the perfect size. Next couple of designs. Let's go ahead and say okay. And I'm going to go home. Home's going to clear my screen. I know these are going fast. I think the other ones, these are going to take a long time because the tree here, that's all stitching. So expect to be here for a while for the next ones. So I'm going to go pocket. Sometimes I like to throw away and clean up. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit this. Whoops. Here. This is when you want to get rid of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and touch that. And I'm just going to get rid of those two. Trash can. And then we have to go back and deselect that so we can select a design. But that's how you throw stuff away. We're going to do this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and set it. Edit. Sorry. Edit. Rotate. 90 degrees to the right, and let's move him up. Don't forget to select your hoop size so you know exactly how much space you have to work with. I'm going to go ahead and say okay. Now we want to add, and we're going to add the next design. I brought mine in via design database transfer, which is going to be the one that shows the Wi-Fi in the pocket. Okay, that heavy breathing is not me. Oh, God. Hang on. Hang on. Where are we? We're going to do this one. Although the heavy breathing is often me. That's when I'm really relaxed. Top of the camper. That looks good. Okay. And we're set. Let's go ahead and touch embroidery. And I'm going to do, see that? We're going to be here a while. All right, I like to go to this button down here. That's where you go forward and backward stitches. The first thing it's going to do, remember we're doing step 1. I'm going to just leave the thread in that I have in there, which is the soldier green. And we're going to do step 1 and 3. And then we'll lay down our batting and our background fabric. Skip step 2 if you have cut your batting to size, which is what I've done. So this is step, see, I'm in the mode now. I'm like talking like I know what I'm doing. So this is step 2. That's the tack down and the trim for the batting, but we cut ours to size. That's step 3. Go ahead and stitch that. Stitch it before you put your batting down. Otherwise, the foot is going to drag your batting around, and you don't want that. So there's my batting. The batting sizes are on the spreadsheet. I mean, he's so cute. How can I resist? He's so cute. Look at her. She's the devil. Aren't you? She's like, they're both really cuddly. She is ridiculously cuddly. Those last 2 went fast, Trish. The next one, this one, the next 2, 66 minutes. Good afternoon, Miss Cindy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and slide or put down my batting, and I'm going to put it to the middle line. I'm going to lay down my background fabric. Just center it to this. I put mine up just a little bit just because I don't want that fabric to overlap. I'm going to slide my hoop back on. I'm using Grunge Lead. And we are going to do this step. This is the tack down of your background. And then once you do this, let's put in our quilting thread. Poppy. And this is what I'm using to quilt. It's my Holoshimmer 6051 Arctic Black. And it's perfect. I feel like I need all the colors. I am using, I don't even know if it's perfect yet because I haven't even looked at the fabrics for sipping, but I am using, sorry, hang on, let me shut that door. No, you guys can go upstairs. Oh, come on here. Oh. Patrick, come on, out. Poppy, let's go. Let's go. Go. Poppy. sorry. I was wrestling land sharks. Momo's so good, he just went out, and then Poppy, well, you know. She's the number 2. That's how it always works. And at least that's how it works in, like, the videos. The number 2 is the one you would have never have gotten another dog if that had been number 1. Right? Or, like, kids, too. You're like, if we had had this child first. Okay, look at your screen. Make sure it's showing you the quilting stitch. That's what you want to do next. I love this hoop. I love this hoop. Okay, if you are new to us, this is why my thread broke before. Do you see right here? I missed this. I didn't feed it up. Okay, we usually do a brother sale. And we usually do it like twice a year. Patrick and I are getting older and more tired. So hopefully we will do it once this year. And sometimes Brother gives us an extra discount on our accessories, and then we pass that on to you. So, but if you're interested, we'll always try to do a great deal anyways. So just reach out. We can give you a price on the hoop, and then see if we can beat what you're seeing online. And then you can also wait until we have our brother sale. Okay, so we're doing the quilting stitch right now. After it does the quilting stitch, we're going to stitch the trailer placement line. It wants you to put in shadow. And we're going to start doing some applique. Laying down some applique. So get your shadow thread. That looks so good. You know when you feel like you nailed it? And I didn't even know. It wasn't even on my radar. I looked at everything last night and I thought, okay, lead is gonna, or I looked at it and I went, okay, lead gray is gonna go perfectly with the fabric. That's what I'm gonna use. That was the plan. Until you ladies had a better suggestion for me. This is the first I've had the lead gray, the Arctic black in my stash for like a couple of years. This is the first time I've used it. Okay, placement line. This is going to be the top right corner of the camper. So find that piece of fabric. I've already pre-cut mine with my scan and cut. Where are you? Here it is. It's just a little itty bitty right here. And stitch the trailer placement line. And then you're going to do the tack down. I'm going to be skipping the tack down. I also have my wool mats here. I ordered everyone's wool mat. My preference of what I like is I really like, these are the snap hoop ones. Can I tell you I have both sets? The other ones, I would say the other set is nicer. Like it's thicker, it's a better quality. The snap hoop ones, I mean, these are nice too. But for what I'm using them for right now, I love the 5x7 and the 6x10 are what I really, really love. I like to just slide it under here. You don't want to use the other ones because it's going to push your hoop up too much. So that doesn't look like it fits right, does it? All right, here we go. That way I don't have to slide everything off. I can just go ahead and put it on just like this. And then you remember to pull it out. Okay? These are the things that I think of so I can be as lazy as possible. All right, we're going to skip the next step. That's going to be the tack down. We don't need to do that. If you haven't cut to size, you are going to do the tack down and you are going to do the trim. And now it wants you to put in your linen thread for the stars. So the mats should be coming. So the individuals were in stock. The mat sets were not in stock. So those were on back order, but I did see that they sent me some of them. They did not send all of them, but they sent some of them. So I will be fulfilling those over the next couple of weeks. But we gave you a great deal. There was a 4 set for the Baby Lock and Brother machines. And I think they retailed for $169.99 and we were doing it for $99.99, which I put in the price. For the smaller ones I want to say were, the 5x7 was $35 and we did it for $15 off, so it was $19.99. And then the 6x10 was $45 and we did it for $15 off. So if you want those mats, that pricing is kind of special. So if you want them, the 2 smaller mats aren't up there at those sale prices, just put live feed pricing and I'll do that live feed pricing for you. They'll be $15 off for the 6x10 and the 5x7. And these are the snap hoop ones. I know I'm not using a snap hoop right now, but what I love about these, they're just a 1/4 of an inch. So they're really, really thin, which is nice. I know I can't get it to focus. They're 1/4 of an inch and they're good for what we're doing. I am like talking and not paying attention at all. Let me look at my instructions. So now it wants to stitch the trailer siding detail also in, it wants it in linen. I'm going to go ahead and take my purl out. I use my purl for the stars instead, but I'm going to put linen in from here on out where it recommends it. Linen, where you at? Here you are. Okay, let me put in my linen thread. I used up my last linen spool during the last live feed. This is the trailer siding detail. Oh, it's just going to do like a little itty bitty stripe. And then we're going to stitch the trailer frame detail. And I think that's going to be in lead gray. Lead gray, lead gray, find your lead gray. Here we go, lead gray. Take out your linen. Let's put in lead gray. Thank you for joining me. I always appreciate it. And go ahead and stitch. This is going to do the trailer frame detail. And then after you do that, we're going to stitch the trailer satin outline. And we're going to do that in Tidewater. Tidewater is like the best fabric, and it goes with that, which is the Caribbean sea fabric. Your dogs are very angry that I'm not letting them in here. Can they? But didn't he just fertilize? Is that safe? Is that safe? Okay, here we go. Satin outline. And then we're going to stitch the rear tree fill. And that's going to be sage. For real this time. Do your sage. Don't do soldier green. Sage. We're bribing them. Oh, yeah. We have that in stock. Did I just send you something, Susan? I can't remember. Okay, so we're going to put in the sage. We got to cut that thread. But I would just piece it. No? Is that gonna bother you to have the piecing? Because I think it's the inner border. And just press it and it'll be fine. I'm just going to do that. I'll do it when we do the sew along. Because they said, what? It was a fat quarter. So it was a fat quarter, but you need to make it a long quarter. So just cut it and then sew it together. Don't you think? I don't think it's too big a deal. But if you don't like it, you can order it. But we do have it in the store. Oh, got it. Yeah, then you need more. No, this is going to be the fluffy trees. So these are the big fluffy trees. This over here, that's where I'm going to have to do my soldier green. So it was supposed to be sage around here. And then the detail in the tree soldier green. But I did soldier green here too. So I'm just going to do soldier green outline and soldier green detail. But you're going to want to do sage green, and then soldier green detail in the tree. Yeah, that was my oopsie. Gotta have an oopsie in every project. It's what makes my projects neat. Okay, after you do this one, we're gonna put in the camel for the tree trunk. Then we're gonna put the sage back in. And then so these parts that's all sage, the lighter part, and then the part on top is gonna be the soldier green, and then the tree branches, that'll be camel. Get your camel. Cute. I wonder why that one tree, I guess the tree branches go in front of the other ones. Okay, get your camel thread. Camel's a pretty color. If you like what you see, you're probably like, I don't like what I see. I did soldier green with you. Give us a thumbs up. I think it helps us with our algorithm somehow. And this is 8 minutes of stitching. Hello, new person. My thing shows me how many people are watching right now. Oh, 2 new people showed up. Who's here? Who's here and where are you from? Miss Tina, what are you using for the lighting? I think, what do they recommend? Buttermilk? What is that? The kind of gold with the heart? Military gold. So Rebecca, for home sewn April, May, and June, it's 34 different colors. So once I get the color list for July, August, and September, I'll put up a new thread list. But it's on the website too, so it'll tell you what colors, and you can order the whole kit or you can order them a la carte. Missouri, Tennessee, Miss Tina, you're a repeat offender. I know you. I know you. Tennessee ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me back to Tennessee? Oh, nice, Roseanne. Yeah, hope you'll join us. This is I call this my girlfriends and my guy friends just stitching together. And then hopefully Jeannie not leading you astray. Iowa. Miss Dawn, are you a Uber? So my first job out of college, I worked for this company called Interconics, and we relocated executives internationally. But I dealt with their household goods, so I would deal with like moving and getting their, setting everything up. So we would show up wherever they lived and then get all their stuff and then ship it internationally wherever they were going. And that's the first time that I learned there was an Upper Peninsula. Or not an upper, there was an upper part. I didn't know that. Hi, Miss Kathy Lynn. I've still been noodling on Homestead. I know Patrick and I ended up going to the store yesterday, so I didn't get started on it. But I brought these home so we could take pictures of them. So these are going to be the kits for Homestead. So I didn't kit any of the floral stuff, but we did all of the solid fabric. So these are ready to go, and I can't wait to get started. Friends just stitching together. Oh, it's lower. Thank you, Miss Roseanne. We appreciate it. Oh my God, Delta. It is so weird to think about icy roads. I think it's going to be 70 degrees here. I remember one day, I think it was like Patrick and I had moved here. Maybe we'd been in Reno for 2 years or something like that. And it was a beautiful day in Reno. And he was like, let's go skiing because they still had snow. We had a ski pass at Heavenly. But I want to say it was maybe May. And we drove up. You can go there's a Nevada side of Heavenly, and then there is a California side of Heavenly. And we drove up on the Nevada side, and as we were going up the pass, it was dumping snow. And that's kind of how it was when we first moved here. We are stitching out. This is tile number 3 on June. I am using, this is Grunge. This is Lead Grunge. And we did this one. They went so fast. And now we're doing this one, which is going to take much longer. And then we'll do this and this. If you got your kit from us and you're joining us late, I forgot to put this in some of your kits. Some of you guys are missing this piece of blue felt. So if you have a piece of blue felt in your stash, you might want to grab that. Otherwise, send me a note and I will pop this in the mail for you. So send me a note. I'm so sorry. I think I was just in such a hurry to get them out. They were the ones I did. Lori got them all right. It was the ones I did. I'm so sorry. Just send me a note and I'll pop that piece in the mail. I think there's like 12 to 20 of you. Those were the kits I did. 82 sounds good. I'm more of a mid 70 kind of girl. That's like how I really like it. So I think a lot of you know that Violet's in DC right now. She's doing an internship with Nevada Senator. And the weather has not been great. And so, which I know you guys get great weather in DC, but I'm kind of excited because I don't want her to stay out there. So I'm like, oh yay, the weather's not good. Because she's like, I can't wait to get, She was just in Utah this past weekend, and she was like, the weather was amazing. I go, you're going to have some great weather there too. You're going to see the cherry blossoms, and I know you're going to have some great spring weather. I just don't want it to be too good. I would be so sad if my kids wanted to go to the other coast. Oh, there were two from the ice. Oh, Sandy, are you like, now I know what not to do? You can watch me and be like, yeah, I won't, I'll make sure not to mess up on my evergreen tree. I know, that's what I was trying to get from Miss Kathy Lynn. Because Kathy's already done the homestead. So I was corresponding with her. Because I play things out in my head. They don't always work out the way I want them to. I know, this tree looks great. And there's something about like a warm brown with a warm gray that looks really pretty together. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know if we have any fluffy trees like this out in Nevada. Patrick's like the cabana boy right now. I don't know what he's doing, but he's outside with like a hose and must be nice out there. He has no shirt on. He's my cabana boy. Okay. Now we're going to do this lion's share of stitching. It's going to be 17 minutes. We're going back to sage green and we're going to stitch the front tree fill. So go ahead and put your sage green, not your soldier green. Sage green is going to be the one that is the green block with the stripe through it. Soldier green is going to be the one with the star. This is kind of important. Although if you accidentally put in the soldier green, I would just swap. And then you would just, the back part of the tree would be dark green and then it would be light on top. I bet if I showed this to Patrick and I said, what kind of tree is that? He would have a name for me. I'm going to ask him because we have 17 minutes. Where is he? Where is that man? Did not have an answer, which is rare. We'll be out and he'll be like, did you see that? Snuffleupagus? And it'll be like really what the animal is called. I'm like, how do you know that? He'll know a flower or a bird. We were driving and there was like some kind of eagle or there was some kind of duck. And he was like, that is the rare spotted whatever. It's kind of entertaining. And I used to bet him. I used to be like, and we would call it the normal bet. You don't even want to know what I had to, what the normal bet was. But, and then I stopped because I always lost. I'm like, this man knows everything. It's a Kimberbell tree. That's a good answer, Rebecca. It's a Kimberbell tree. To me, it looks like some kind of tree they would have in like Japan. So I think when you follow us, if I'm live feeding like this, it'll pop up. Something will pop up, right? And show you that I'm on. I don't know, because I'm either live feeding or I'm working. So I don't even know what it does. But I would go ahead and follow and subscribe, and that way when we're live feeding, I'm going to try and be better about putting it on the calendar. So, and you don't have to even sign up, but we've just been so busy. I'll try to do a better job of attaching like the supply. Well, I'm not doing a supply list because it's been too much, but at least the spreadsheet and stuff like that. But if you need the spreadsheet for anything, it should be on the website, as well as links to the videos. Okay, while this is stitching out, I'm just gonna do some staging over here, and I'm trying to take some pictures of some kits that I'm gonna put up. So I'm here in the room, near my machine, but I'm gonna be doing some other stuff. So it's just gonna be you and the machine. BB Mac. I like that. BB Mac. That's a good name. Oh my goodness. Do you know how much time I spend looking for stuff? I'm looking for my phone so I can take some pictures. Okay, VV Mac, some things you should know about stitching with me. Number one, you gotta watch me. because I'm going to tell you to do something you're not supposed to do. Like put in your soldier green thread when you should have sage green. All right. I'm a lazy embroiderer, so I try to do things the lazy way if I can get away with it. But I do want it to come out right, too. So I guess I'm a, what do you call it when you're two different things? I'm super, super anal about some stuff, and some stuff I'm like, oh, who cares? Whatever. We have a good community. Our A1 family is the best. I do. I try to do a project from start to finish because I feel like it makes a huge difference. Like I feel like sometimes there's like one little thing I don't see and I'm like, how did they do that? And it can be really frustrating. So I try to do a project from start to finish. Well, from start to almost finish, you're going to learn that I am queen of the UFO. I don't like layering, stitching in the ditch, and binding. You know what, Tina? I'm not even sure if they, will you send me a note? And then I'll see if they're still, let me ask Patrick, he'll know. Oh, Cabana boy! Hey, Patrick, can you still get it? Tammy, the Cabana boy, said he can still get that. So send him a note or send me a note and then we'll get you pricing. It is mesmerizing. I was just sitting here going, why am I sitting here watching this? I have so much to do. And like, I've had an embroidery machine. I got my first embroidery machine. I was way after a lot of you. I got my first embroidery machine in 2008. I didn't even know embroidery existed. And my friend Erica, we met on a street corner in our neighborhood, and she was pushing a stroller. And I was pushing a stroller and I was like, oh my God, you have kids. I have kids. We should be friends. I'm that type of person. Okay, hang on. Let me cut. I think I ran out of bobbin thread. Oop. And then we started sewing because she had a little girl. I had a little girl and a little boy. My kids are twins. One and done for us. And I don't know why I just took my thread out because I'm on autopilot right now and talking and not thinking. Yeah, that's really weird. Why did that stop? Okay, I'm going to check my bobbin and just, whoops, sorry, make sure nothing's wrong. Because I already have it off, so. Let me make sure nothing's changed. No, seems great. All right, that was just weird. I honestly didn't even read the message on my screen, so I don't even know. I don't even know what it said. So I'm just going to rethread this, put my thread back in. So, and then she bought, I can't remember what machine she bought, but I went down and I talked to Peter, who used to own the store that we own now. And he had a Baby Lock Sophia, and he offered it to me. Literally, I think it was like $324. I am not, well, back then, I'm going to go back 10 stitches. Oh, shoot. Did I thread it? I didn't thread it. So I was like, I have to talk to Patrick. I was not. I was the type of person who didn't buy anything. I bought everything like used and I didn't know if I was going to like embroidery. And so I called him back maybe at the end of the day. I was like, I'll take it. And he was like, I sold it. And I was so heartbroken. And then he said, I can get you another one and we'll do the same price. So that was my first embroidery machine. My baby locked Sophia for $324 in 2008. And I outgrew that machine immediately because it only had a 4x4 hoop. But I kept that machine the longest because it was my travel machine. It was my extra machine. It was the machine I would give to my kids to sew on. It was the machine my girlfriends would sew on. It was a good little machine. Oh my God, Kathy, do you not love design database transfer? Like, I love it. I could never go back. I'm like, why was I so resistant? And do you not love your Scanica? I was so resistant to that too. The one I have right now is my third one. And I still don't know how to do anything on it. I just do the bare minimums. Oh, BB Mac. Ah, the mistakes. I do hide some of those mistakes. When I'm like just recording, I'll be like, Patrick, can you cut out from minute 54 to an hour and a half? Cut that all out. Can you just take it all out? It needs to be redone. Betty, I wasn't sure either. I was like, should I mean, I would love to make this into a big quilt, but for me, like, I think I'm going to keep a mini. We'll change them out with the seasons. Hello, Miss Lorraine. Okay, if it's 11:43 here, then that means what? It's, 8 o'clock there? Something like 8 o'clock? Okay, after it finishes this, you're going to put in your soldier green. And then we're going to do the light strand detail. What is... Oh, and silver. That was a new color for me. And then we're going to do the light... We're going to stitch the light film. We're almost done with this one. You lonely for your love?
I 1:30 is gonna be good.
Yes. Although I don't think I'll be hungry because my amazing breakfast. So Patrick and I, we want to get an RV. Right, Patrick? But I told him not yet because this is where I am. This is... I guess I could live feed from... Could we have a generator where I could make this machine go? Wouldn't that be fun if I was just live feeding from the rolling hills of Iowa, from the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee? It'll be like a combination RV / embroidery, lazy embroiderist traveling the country. With my cabana boy. We'll call it the lazy embroiderer and her cabana boy. What do you think of that, Patrick?
What?
Do you like that name? The Lazy Embroiderer and her Cabana Boy. I think he kind of likes the idea of being the Cabana Boy. Oh, I'm cracking myself up. Okay. So, I did not realize there is an RV capital of the world. And is it an RV capital of the world because they produce the RVs or because everyone RVs there? Because where are you, Rebecca? Was it Indiana? Can definitely travel in RV. That's the thing, though. I brought home a 6x10 machine, and I was like, I gotta have my big machine. I like having the big machine. I was gonna say the big one. I like this one. This is what I want to take with me. I haven't stitched any of my quilts. Maybe like one day we'll go ahead and we'll prep all the quilts. Shouldn't we just I should be doing that right now. I should get my machine, just do like a little envelope back for all of these. Like measure it like a little bit bigger, fold it in half, and sew all of these together. Why am I sitting here not being productive? That's what I should be doing. I haven't done any of them yet. I don't even know if I have an embellishment kit here. I don't think I brought one home. Okay, I better do that. Too big because of the big hoop. My God, wouldn't that... You gotta have AC, right? If you're gonna be in Florida and you're RV all winter. How are we supposed to eat at 1:30 and then eat with your mom again at 5:30? Today, Mondays are our Sundays. The store's closed on Mondays. So I live feed and I'll get some work done and do some stitching hopefully. And but sometimes it might be our social day too. So we're supposed to get together with friends for our lunch at 1:30, and then we're supposed to have dinner with Patrick's mom. And I think she's coming over at like 5. Okay. Let me go ahead and take the sage out. We're going to put in Soldier Green, and it's going to do the fronts. And this is getting thicker. So just know that you might have to go up in size with your needle. I usually stick to a 7511 anti-glue, an Oregon anti-glue, or if I want something a little heavier, I will use an 8012 Microtex because they don't make an 8012 embroidery needle. Like, isn't that, I wonder why. Like, I wonder why there's no such thing as an 8012 embroidery needle. So I love a Microtex needle. That's kind of like my, if I were to have one needle in my life, it would be an 8012 Microtex. Bye, Miss Rebecca. Yes, this week. I think we'll send out the rest of the kits this week. I think Karen's been using just, what does she use, like medium cutaway? She uses the same stabilizer for all of the tri-stand, the Janine Babbage tri-stands. So I think there might be a supply list online, but if you look at one of the past supply lists from her sew-alongs, I would just use like a medium cutaway. So I want one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Karen didn't use the mesh. Did you get my message about my May block? I did not, Alberta. Did you just send it today? I have not looked at my email today. We'll see you, Vivi. Oh, I know, Betty. You know what was just strange, though? It was strange that I think Kimberbell has the best directions. I love, and it could be that I'm just used to it and it makes sense to my brain. But it was strange that they took out the fabrics, you know, that list where they have the picture of the fabric and then where it goes. So hopefully that will be, they'll return that when they do volume 2. That'll be back in there because I like that. I refer to that. I refer to the cut page and I refer to the detailed list of fabrics with the picture with what part of the quilt or the, you know, what design they're in. Oh, they've come a long way. And even now, they keep adding. Like, I love that they've added the list with the little key code for the colors. Like, there's so many things I love about Kimberbell instructions. So, Kimberbell instructions, how do I love the, I like this. I would like it if they put the fabric number and the color. Like, they've added so much. They've added like the heart, and that's going to tell you what is going to use project batting or fusible batting. Are those two different color hearts? Like, is that a dark and a light? So I love this, and I love that they're using because they used to use like a generic like blue. It wouldn't be steel blue, the glide colors. So I love that that's included in there too. Instructions like that, they have your overall step, and then they have your stitch out step, and then they show the color, and then there's like different things to bring your attention, like if they're using change out your bobbin thread, or and then the pictures, like if you're a visual person, that they have a picture of what you're doing, and then they have the written words of what you're doing. So Kimberbell has it going on. Like, they're pretty amazing. I would totally agree with you, Betty. The new cut lid. Julia, what are you referring to? What's the new cut? Oh, the new cut list. Yes. The new cut list is amazing. Oh, you think it's hard? Oh, yes. Okay. So you're saying this cut list. This cut list is harder than the original cut. Yeah, I would totally agree. Like the cut list, because they didn't put in, where is my cut list? Did I even put it in the book? I didn't even put it in here. Yes, the new cut list is more difficult. So I'm hoping they'll change it back. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with the old cut list. The old cut list was the best. we're just trying something different. But I feel like Kimberbell listens too. So, because I think they revised them, didn't they? I know they revised April. And hopefully, you know what's really, really nice? I feel like it's great that it goes into your digital library. Because if you're relying just on a book, then your book is your book is your book. But if it's in your digital library, then they can make changes there. So if something is wrong, they can just update it in everyone's digital library. I think that's pretty cool. Have I seen Secretary? No, and it's so funny that you say that, Betty, because somebody walked in the other day and it looked like Heather, and I was like, hello, Secretary Mundy, and then it wasn't her. I was like, oh, sorry, you look like somebody else. She's busy. So we saw her probably around Christmas time, and I haven't seen her since. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't even cracked the sip-in book open. Okay, are you watching the stitching? Because it is absolutely amazing. Like the soldier green stitching on the trees is so textured looking. It's super cool. And I'd say we're about 3/4 of the way through the soldier green. So you're gonna go ahead and the next color you're gonna grab is gonna be your silver, which I thought was a really interesting color because it almost has like a tinge of blue to it. So here's silver. There we go. That's what you're going to use next. It's going to be for the cord of lights. This to me looks kind of like a bonsai tree. Like that you would like trim it. And they have big ones in Japan. But his tree trunk's a little bit too long. I don't think they're tall like that. It's a hybrid. You know what, Trish? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you have to. I think it's in there, actually. Has anyone downloaded April with the new with their new cut instructions? And was it just in your digital library? Who can share with us that information? Let me feel it. It's pretty heavy. It is heavy, but I think you'll be okay. Just if you need to, if your needle breaks, go up in size. So go to a 90-14. If you're 75-11, you can go to an 80-12. If you're an 80-12, you can go to a 90-14. Sometimes you need a little extra umph. What I find is a struggle is stitching it together. Although it wasn't that bad. The last one I thought wasn't that bad. But moisture, when you're pressing out those seams, moisture and steam can soften everything. So I just spray it and then I use my iron. I'm not a steam girl just because I don't like putting water in my iron. Michelle Burr and I were talking about it, but she's got one of those fancy irons that I think you have a separate tank. You know, you fancy people out there. Okay, strand of lights. Let's go. Strand of lights. You downloaded it again too. Okay, so Cindy said she downloaded it again, but it was in the digital library. You just downloaded it. I didn't even re-download it because I already stitched it all out. We already cut everything. Oh my god, that looks so good! I mean, even this strand of lights, like the little stitch that they're using, it almost looks like a really small chain stitch. It's very cute. Very, very cute. So, Julia, are all 3 months, did they redo the cut list on all 3 months? Did they fix that? I depend on you. I know nothing. Oh, awesome. Okay, that's in there. I'm not going to download it again because we already finished, right? We're on to the next thing. Blingham. I think that's a great idea. Okay. Cindy, thank you, because I don't think of blinging stuff. I don't do fairy lights, but fairy lights would be really cute because I feel like I turn fairy lights on once, I forget to turn them off, and then I have no more fairy lights. I just have like a strand of dead lights. So, but you're so smart, I'm gonna rhinestone them. I'm gonna put rhinestones. I'm gonna find something super sparkly. I'll stitch them and then I'll put rhinestones in the middle. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I mean, I love the Arctic gray too because it gives it a little bit of nighttime sparkle. The land shark's at my door. She's saying, let me in. But you can't invite them in. They're kind of like vampires. If you invite them in, they can come suck your blood. I'm not going to do that. You know what it is? It's the crying. I can't. Because the crying, it equates to, Mommy, I want to be with you so bad it hurts my heart. How can you say no to that? A scratch at the door, I can be like, okay, no. But the little cry, I got to let her in. Oh, you want a bite? Okay, I'm gonna give you a bite. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? Okay, which rhinestone should I do? Hang on, I'm gonna get them. Okay, Momo, I'm gonna save you some too. I always save a bite for my dogs. All right, so I think I have, and these are like, they're just some cheapy set I got. When we kit for you guys, we use beadland rhinestones, which are like nice high quality. But I think I might do these. I'm going to do something. I'll put them right in the middle. You guys have the best ideas. I'm just like, on to the next project. I'm always on to the next, never living in the moment. How about, oh, Kingster. Okay. I'm going to stop this because I have this. Why am I not using this? Right? What am I thinking? Okay, I'm going to do this last one and then I'm going to switch. Excuse me, can you make suggestions a little earlier? Now I have to, I'm just kidding with you. Yes! This is like, okay, they have a couple different golds, but this one is like, is this their gold? This is 6003. So I'm gonna try this on the next strand. Like it's like, oh yeah, they're two separate strands meant to complement each other. Did Kimberbell? Yeah, no, so Sandy, I don't think they emailed people. Oh shoot. Did you see that? I was on autopilot and I didn't change it. I'm gonna change it out though. Who cares? I just missed the top strand and now it's not gonna be really symmetrical, but okay, I'm gonna put this in because it's amazing. And don't forget, you don't have to buy these big old spools. Sometimes, though, we do sell out of them, so you might have to wait. But if you want to do the big spools, you can. Those are special order. And then we usually have, now that we've kind of stocked up. Oh, that dog. If I might hate the other ones after I do this, and then I might have to unstitch. But these are easy to unstitch because they're just a wide satin stitch. But let's see how these look. Oh my god, they're amazing. Oh my god. Okay, I wish I could zoom in, but... Do you see that? Okay, you can't even really see it. I'll show you up close once we're done. And I'm definitely gonna have to unstitch that one. I'll do it at the end. I can save this. What I can do is I can save what I have loaded in here and leave it in the hoop. Switch to my 5x7 hoop. That is so beautiful. I don't even need rhinestones. But this is even, the Holoshimmer is even more special. So what I love about Kingstar is I can run Kingstar at full speed. It runs like a regular thread. Like, it is so high quality. If you've ever used a lesser quality metallic thread, it can be frustrating. They can be high maintenance and difficult to deal with. The Holoshimmer is a glitter metallic. And so it's kind of, I think they say it's a ribbon thread. So I think it's flat, even though I can't really tell. It's stitching out great for this, but... Whoop! Hang on. I got to rethread. That one popped up. Oh my goodness. Wait till I give you a close-up. You're going to be like, okay, nothing else but Holoshimmer. I'm going to go back. Whoop. So when you're trying to go back and forward, that's why I like to stay in this screen. I went back 10. It brought me back to the last little light. So I'm now I'm going to hit the plus ones until it bounces back to the other spot. Okay, here we go. And that's the beginning of this light. Okay, let me see if they can go out or not. Hey, Patrick. Can you call Poppy? She's just scratching at my door. Can you just call her out because she's just scratching?
Come on.
Will you mind shutting that door? Okay, I'm going to show it to you now. So you guys... She's naughty. Okay, if you feel as though you need to gasp, I totally get it. Aren't those great? Even you still can't even really... I don't know if you can see like the way that shimmers and glimmers compared to the other one. It's so special. It's so special. Okay, I'm not even going to do... It looks even better in person. And so, I'm going to save it. I can't save it right now because we're in mid-stitch. But I'm going to save it, and I might end up, like, ripping out some stitches and redoing the other ones because it looks so good. It looks so good. All right, we're on to the next. So let me go ahead and change out my thread. I mean, it basically looks like this, except in little balls. And let me go ahead and put in, I have military gold right here. So I'm going to put that in. We're going to do placement line, and we are on to the next. That was the last, right? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Yep. Thank you for the suggestion. Love it. I would be Jane. What was it? What was the book? Jane, Plain and Tall? That's me. Well, short and plain. It's even worse, right? Okay. I don't know why. I'm going to keep going because it looks like it's stitching. Bobbin thread is almost empty. That's what it's saying. Let's just change. So the color was 6003. And if you guys want to order large spools too, I do wait until I have enough people that order them because they're I have a minimum. I'm going to go ahead and throw that away. Let's put the next one in. I used to hoard all my bobbins, but you know, at some point you got to go no mas. So now I do throw away these bobbins. I was just told by another educator, she goes, they're just like the cheapest. Like they're the bobbins that get like cloudy and icky. And that made sense to me. And they splinter. So she's like, just get rid of them. But I mean, I'm sure I have some in my collection that are just the leftover. They're the leftover bobbins from pre-wound bobbins. No, it's no shame in keeping them and using them too. I'm not even going to go back stitches because this is just a placement line. You do need to have to watch out for the top to make sure that it doesn't stitch into the fabric from the last one that you did in case you're off with your spacing. My outermost line might go up into the top, so I'm going to have to be careful. Okay, you're going to do step 1 and step 3. Skip step 2 if you're cutting your batting 2 size. I'm trigger happy. So this is 2. That's the gold tack down for the batting. This is 3. You want to do 3. And I'm going to watch that top. Let me get my poker, my little spatula. And I'm just going to have it so if I have to get this fabric out of the way, which it's going to be fine for the first go around, but the second go around might be close. Ooh, glow in the dark. Delta, that sounds amazing. So the stars and the moon glow. And the star, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. That sounds great. Yeah, why not? Oh my God, glow in the dark is such a good idea. That's why I love stitching with you guys. Sometimes I don't have great ideas. Ah! No fingers, remember. Spatulas, this is the Chultron spatula set, and I love it. It comes in 4 different spatulas with different shapes. And this is what I want you to be reaching in with, not your finger. Okay, I was busy talking. I didn't even prep my fabric yet. Oh my God, yes, glow in the dark. See, that's one of those other things I never think of. All right. Nubby side up. They're both nubby. I think this is the nubbier side. And back of your fabric that's stabilized with SF101 or whatever fusible woven you want to use. Because I know that Kimberbell has a fusible woven, OESD has a fusible woven, like all the companies have a fusible woven. I think they're pretty much SF101. But I don't know for sure. Just saying. Okay, fit it into, not the first square, but the second square. And lay that down. And now you're going to lay down this. I'm going to tape this back just in case. Like the last thing I want is for that to get stitched down with this one. Black and gold. They just make it. I mean, I can't stop staring at those lights. They look so good. Okay, I'm going to lay this down. Just cover it. You want about, just feel it. And if you have about an inch all the way around, that's good. Okay, we are going to do this stitch. This is going to be the tack down stitch, step 4. And then let's put in our Arctic black or whatever you're using for your quilting. Yeah, I'm putting away the rhinestones. Don't even feel like I need them because the thread's so glittery and shimmery. Whoop! That was just my hoop hitting my thread on top of the bed of the machine. I know your ears become so sound sensitive. They're like mommy ears for your machine. All right. I'm going to put it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. I looked at my screen and it wasn't showing me my quilting stitch, but I needed to hit the next button. That was all. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put in the Holoshimmer. This one is my Arctic Black. 6051. Yeah, I guess it is flat. I'm just looking at it. And I'm like, you can kind of feel. Can you guys see that? Let me see. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my God, that's so cute too. So Cindy says she's going to do different colors. How fun is that? See, why doesn't my brain think like that? My brain is boring. I need you guys because you make it exciting. My brain is boring. My brain didn't even think of anything exciting today. I'm so lucky to have you guys. Okay, if you guys have a boring brain like mine, then just come to the sew longs because then is it the left side that I feel like I'm a creative, boring person. Because I feel like I can be creative, but then I hear you guys making all these suggestions and I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I think of anything exciting and creative? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm on right now. What are we doing? Oh, okay, there. I'm on the wrong page. Here we go. This is the block that we're doing right now. So, it wants us to do the placement stitch for this part. We're doing this right here. And we just did the quilt detail. So now go ahead and put in your linen thread. I'm just like feeling sorry for myself that I'm not exciting. I want to be exciting. Okay, next time I'm gonna be the most exciting person in the room. It's gonna be so much excitement, you're not even gonna be able to handle it. You're gonna be like, wow, she's really stepped up her excitement game. No, that's not going to happen. You guys are just going to make suggestions. I'm going to be like, oh my God, that's a great idea. And then we're going to do it. Takes a village. All right, placement stitch. I want you to grab that long piece of fabric. After we stitch this, I am going to save, what is it? It's 11:22. We might have to take a break because I might have to rip out those lights because I want to leave everything, right, in the hoop. Okay, I'm going to lay this down. Oh, he's far back there. I'm pulling forward. Slip my mat under my skinny one, not a big old fat one. You can take this off and bring it over to your ironing area too. I put this down, make sure everything is in this stitch. Looks good. Let me grab my iron. So you have to be careful because I feel like I do have this set to high, but at high, I feel like it can melt. It can scorch your fabric and it can melt the thread. How do I know that? Because I've held it down too long and been like, oh, look, my white fabric now has a big burn spot on it. And don't touch this to any plastic because you'll melt it. Yes, you will. Okay, perfect. Now I can remove this. Slide this back on. What's next? I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm skipping the next step. That's why it's important that you're in this screen. This is where you go minus and plus stitches and whole steps. So that's the tack down and trim. I don't need to do that. If you're not cut to size, please do the tack down and trim. Now it wants to do another placement stitch. Make sure you removed that mat and that you're not stitching it down, which I like to do. Okay, for this one, this is the, we did the trailer. This is the door placement line, so this is going to be orange. So get your little piece of orange, and it is directional. And let's pay attention to this. So, oh my God, mine doesn't match. Oh, well, I'm just going to do it like that. Kind of matches, right? Like the corner. Mine doesn't match. I think I was trying to get it to match, and I don't know. It's okay. Oh, it's going to have white over it, so you're not going to really see it. So I'm going to put this down. So if yours doesn't match, put it up against the other fabric to see how it's going to be the least annoying non-match. Does that make sense? Make sure your mat's down. For this, you do not want to do this just on the bed of your machine and melt the machine. Don't do that. Remove the mat. Slide it back on. What's the next step? Next step is skip a step if you cut it to size, or you're going to do the tack down and trim right now. I am going on to the next step. Placement line is sky blue. Tack downs are deep gold, or at least that's what it is with what the color I have selected, which is just embroidery. Okay, this is your next placement line. You want to grab your little piece of, I think it is cream. There were some people that got confused with the fabric in their kit. The cream linen, which is this one, is for June. The gray linen was for May. The gray linen was, no, April. It was the clouds in April. This one is for the cream. There's one that's like a little bit like more gray. That goes to April. And if you mixed them up, that's okay. You're like, oh, I mixed it up. I didn't even notice. Oh, good. Da, da, da. Gotcha. Got you. Gonna fuse you down. Okay. Remove the mat. Slide the hoop back on. Fluff your fabric if you need to. All right. We're going to skip the next step. The next step is tack down and trim. Now I think it's going to be the stitching. All right. What's next? That was the window. Stitch the window decorative outline. It wants you to use the linen. Got linen in there. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll do the trailer siding detail and then the door satin outline. So you're going to use linen for the next 3 steps. It is looking so good. Hi, Miss Dudica. Have you been there the whole time? And there's Miss Renata, 2 of my CA girls. So this stuff starts to get really thick with your SF101, your heat and bond light and all of that. So next time for reels, I'm going to, okay, go ahead and use linen again for the stripes that go across. I am going to just lay down, I'm going to do placement, tack down, and trim for the next one so that the fabric in my seams isn't too heavy. And we'll see if it makes a difference. And if I'm like, that was so much easier, then I'll just keep doing it like that. How's the grandbaby? I'm guessing she is 4 months. How close am I? You're going to be like, she's 2 years old. That's how I feel it goes with like kids. 5 months. Okay, not bad. I was kind of in the pocket. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just start it again. It's going to do the door satin outline. And then we're going to do the tree trunk fill. Tree trunk fill is going to just be a little itty bitty piece, and you're going to use camel. Tree trunk fill. Camel. Did you guys start solid food? I think our kids were like 6 months. You know, there's always like a milestone when they're like that little. You're like, okay. I remember like when you got your first smiles, and then you started doing solid foods, and then they were sitting up and then crawling. It's like it goes so fast. Oh my God, I thought starting solid foods were so funny. I just remember I think we did some kind of like baby cereal, and the faces they made. And then looking back, do you guys remember when your kids started eating food in their high chair? And they would mush it into their hair and like all over their face. That's a good time to have a dog, because they do all the cleanup. Dun, dun, dun. Again, put in your camel, and you're going to do the tree. I'm just thinking back. I was like, those were such good times. Yes, you need a cleanup crew. Just borrow the neighbors. Don't get a dog. Too much responsibility. Borrow the neighbors for mealtime. We'll see you, Roseanne. Thanks for joining us. This will be posted. Yeah, it automatically goes up. I think it takes a little while to render, but then it just automatically goes up. So we'll see you next time. We'll be here next Monday. Next Monday, prepping for Sipping on Sunshine. And if you guys aren't doing Sipping on Sunshine, come anyways. And then you can just sew and hang out. We have fun. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put in sage. Sage is okay for now, but remember, I messed up on the top of my tree. So when it does the outline, I'm going to be doing soldier green, soldier green. But you should be doing sage, soldier green. Oh well, oopsies. This one's a lot quicker. We've got 14 more minutes, so this one doesn't have too much stitching. For a minute, I thought I messed up, but I was like, oh no, it's going to do the outline. But no, it's doing the tree. So I did not pre-cut these. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a little shot of spray to lay down. And should you have cut it? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of chicken too because it's like micro velvet and I've never cut micro velvet. And I feel like you really need to stabilize that. And so I don't know. I don't know if it's more, but look at all the innies and outies. Like, wouldn't it have been nice to put that down and have that all cut for you? I want you to play with the nap. So I want you to pet it and it should feel good going down. Actually, mine feels good both ways. So I don't think it's going to make a difference. Well, it depends, right? It depends on how we cut the fabric. It is so pretty. I want to keep it. I'm going to lay it down over here. We'll see if there'll be some left. Okay, leave your sage in. It's going to do the tack down. Or if you already pre-cut it on your scan and cut, you're going to skip this step. Am I going to do all of them? I'm going to do all, are you talking about the mini quilts? I'm going to do all of these double-sided. Just because we don't have enough room for all this stuff. So I'm going to do them double-sided and then I'll just bind. I'll pick a binding that looks good on one of them. You don't even need backing fabric if you're doing that. You just need the binding fabric. The only issue is there's not going to be anything, like I'm not going to be stitching them together. I could stitch in the ditch with monopoly, but I feel like I'll get it on one side, but it's not going to look great on the other side. So they're small enough. I'm just going to go ahead and bind. Okay, get your snips or whatever you're going to use to trim. I'm going to move this out of the way and trim away. Some of you have felt in your kit because we put together the kits before the specialty fabric came out. It didn't come out until later. So you'll do the same thing. Trim it close. And just so you know, if you're joining us late, it was me. I forgot to put the blue felt in some of your kits. So that's going to be for the little stream. So send me a note and I'll pop it in the mail. I'm so sorry. Lori was like, some of these don't have the blue felt. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I remembered the green, but... I love snips because I feel like they're so versatile. The best snips would be ones that are even stronger, but I feel like these Kimberbell snips are like the strongest. And that's why I love them so much. I still love my Havels. That's what I was using for a long time. The Havel Snippies, those are great too. I feel like I can't throw this away. Like, this is good stuff. Okay, your outline stitch for this should be trim the micro velvet close to the stitch line. You should be you should be using sage for the next stitch out. But I'm going to be using soldier green because that's what I did in mine. I switched too soon. I also feel like snips are really nice because for me, I can switch hands with them. Sometimes they're just not quite strong enough on the tip. That's the only thing. I'm hoarding this. I'm going to throw this in my stash. Although, what am I going to do with this long piece? This is like too small. And I'm not going to, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to worry about it because it's a tree. And a tree isn't perfect, right? So I'm not going to worry about my trimming being perfect. I'm going to be as perfect as I can be, but I'm not going to stress about it if I'm not right there at the stitch. I'm not going to worry about every innie and outie. Did anyone cut this on their scan and cut? And if you cut it on your scan and cut, how'd it go? I would think, I don't know, maybe the rotary auto blade? What did you use? That looks pretty good, I think. Hello, Miss Donna. All right. Oh my God, I think that looks great. You should be stitching with your sage, and sage is going to match pretty well. I accidentally put in the soldier green, and so I'm just going to put in my soldier green again so that the top matches the bottom. But this is what you should be stitching with to do your decorative outline right now. I'm soldier greening it. Because I'm fine with that too. Soldier green, soldier green. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, soldier green. Here we go. And then after you do this, then you should truly be putting in your soldier green. So right now, we are on this step. Stitch the pine tree decorative outline. That's the Kimberbell stitch in sage. So you should be using sage. I accidentally did soldier green on my top, so I'm doing soldier green on my bottom. Next step is going to be the pine detail in soldier green. That's going to be these little loop-de-loops that make it look like Dr. Seuss. So you're going to be putting that in next. And then we're going to do the rest of the stitching. And then you're probably going to do, we might be able to start one more. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do some ripping. I'm going to rip out the lights on the very top because I want to use the, that Holoshimmer. It looks so good. It looks so good. I just have to. So 5 and 6 will be homework. And that's just going to be the bottom two. The trailer frame detail. Was that lead gray? I think it's lead gray. Yes. So we're going to do soldier green for step 19, lead gray for 20, Tidewater for 21, silver for the light strand detail, and I'm doing the gold Holoshimmer for the lights. Cute! And he feels like a little pussy too. How old's your son gonna be, Tina? Okay, if you use sage, which you should have, you're gonna change your thread out to soldier green right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit start, and now it's gonna do the little loop-de-loop detail. And happy birthday to your son. Oop, I can hear no thread in there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and rethread the upper. And I'm going to go back. So on my screen, I'm going to hit -10s until it pops to the top one, and then I'll hit +1s. So on my screen, -10, -10, -10. Oop, there we back up here. Now I'm going to hit +1s until it goes. There we go. And that's the beginning of the loop-de-loop. Yes! That sounds like the perfect combination. Glow in the dark for the moon and the stars, Holoshimmer for the lights, and Holoshimmer for the background quilting. I just think it looks so good. I should add that to the video. I'll add like notes of like the special stuff. I bet this would look amazing on just the solid charcoal or the metal as well. I think it'll look so good. Like maybe it'll stand out even more. I know, right? Yeah, because you can get good ideas here. I get it on the fly. But you guys are good at suggesting it before I stitch out, too. Okay, go ahead and put in the lead gray. It's going to kind of do that outline stitch. Lead gray. And then after lead gray is going to be Tidewater. So lead gray first. It can be good to watch before because you're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Just making sure it's all being held down. Love you, spatula. love you, Finger Saver. Okay, Tide water, please. And that's going to be, it looks like 3 minutes of stitching to do the satin stitch all the way around the top of the camper. Do you guys love RVing? I think Patrick, well, I know Patrick would love it. Yes! Okay, I've been using, I have the vinyl that I'm going to use. Oh, shoot! I didn't do it! Maybe I could do it in the, okay. Yeah, because I should have done it over that part too. I could add it. So here's my vinyl. This is what I've been using for all the windows. And if you go onto our website to affiliate link, isn't that so cool? If you go over the affiliate link, we have it in there. And this is, what I love about this is it's kind of like a chameleon. Like whatever you put it over, it looks amazing. So if we put it over the tree looks amazing. If you put it over this, it looks amazing. If you put it over this, it looks amazing. So whatever you put it on, it looks amazing. So with our Amazon affiliate links, it's going to say don't add to cart because it's going to show it as sold out. So you have to click the link. The link will take you to Amazon. I can go back. Yes, I can go back. I think I need to go back and just do the tack down. Should I show you how to do all of that? Because we need, oh, you know what? Not going to do it. The reason I'm not going to do it, Trish, is that when I go to sew it together, it's going to be so awful to have like vinyl in here and then sew it to the other part of the door with vinyl. So I think I'll put it in the windows where it's not going to be over a seam. But yeah, we got to add it in. It is too cool. This stuff is too, I used it for the first time in, what was that? In the OESD, the bridge. I used it and I was like, oh, it's like magic. Next color. You're going to put in the silver. If you're enjoying yourself, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe so it'll show you when we're live feeding. Sometimes I'll just pop up. I'll just be in the mood. I'm going to be like, ooh, I'm going to live feed. You know what's funny? It calls the next color in my color list. It says lavender. Okay, we're going to put the silver in. Lavender would be great too. Here we go. Silver and gold. This is when I find I have to use two hands to get that buried back. Cutter. Okay, string of lights, and then we're going to put in some Holoshimmer. I feel like my tree, because the outlines in I feel like it looks totally Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss-ish. It's going to be really important when you sew it together that you match up those strands of light. How are you guys doing with sewing it together? Not too bad, right? It's not too bad. Just match the points that your eye's going to take you to. I kind of like it. It's kind of like a game. Like, can I get it perfect? Can I make it look absolutely perfect? Okay, now I'm going to be putting this color in for the lights, and literally it stitches and it looks like this. It's so amazing. So this is Holoshimmer 6003. You can get the little spools or the big ones. The big ones I have to special order for you. Elbow. That was my elbow hitting the embroidery arm. Not a big deal. We've got 3 more minutes of stitching. That's going to be for all the lights. And I am going to go back. I'm going to yank out while everything is still in the hoop. I could use my camera and projector to rehoop, but it's just going to be way easier if I do it now. So, sorry, that's the part. That's the oopsie. Okay, here we go. Light bulbs. Light bulbs. Okay, and for your homework, which I'll probably come back and do this evening, or this afternoon, or maybe not, because I want to go to the store too. You're going to stitch out 5 and 6, and then you're going to sew it all together. I don't like that it tells you you've run out of thread before. I mean, these bobbins look pretty good. Like, don't you think? So this is the dime one. I'm keeping it. I don't need any. That's the issue, is I don't need any. I should just probably take them back to the store and then put them in a bowl for... I'm going to do that. Because I don't like throwing all that stuff away. Porter! Oh, those look so good. Those look so good! Let me get my seam ripper so I can get ready to rip and roll. Do you see? Those look so good. Can you stitch on top of the... I know, right? I should. I just feel like they're kind of, I feel like they're kind of high maintenance. That this thread is, and I don't know if I wanted to go through like that thickness. And because this is a satin stitch, they're easy to take out. So I might not take out every last stitch, but I'm going to get rid of the wide satin stitch. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, I would not pick out this stitch. This, like, chain stitch looking thing, that looks like a pain in the butt. But a wide satin stitch, that'll be fine. See, it doesn't like to go through all that thickness. And that has nothing to do with your machine. Your machine's not broken. You're going through all of that thickness, and I haven't slowed my thread down at all. I'm going to go back 10 stitches, and I'm going to hold my button down. So it's going to stitch. Oops, hang on. First, I need to rethread. I got to hit the thread button. Okay, I'm going to hold this down so it goes slowly through that. And just maybe not going super fast. So it will stitch slowly as long as I have my finger on the start-stop button. As soon as I take my finger off of this, it'll resume its regularly scheduled speed. But I'm just going to hold it. All right, let go right there at the very end. Okay. Just needed to go. This one might break too because it's going to be on top of the on top of this chunky spot. We'll let it go. See what we get. Yeah, it broke. Let me rethread. I'll go back 10. I'm just going to hold it down. Okay, I'm going back 10 stitches. I'm going to hold this and let it stitch the rest of it. Just go slow. And the rest I think are going to be fine because they're just on the fabric. So I just took my finger off the start stop and now it's going to resume its regular speed. So if you're ever doing something where it's a little challenging, maybe you're just trying to like, there's a spot where you just want it to stitch slowly because you're going to be holding down the fabric or something like that. You can just, if I hit this now, it's going to stop. But when it starts up again, you just hold it down and then it'll stitch slowly until you take your finger off. I know, that's a good one, right, Carlene? Hi, Miss Penny. Penny, I have resting, stressed out face right now. I have it all the time. Penny said I look stressed when I was using my heat press, and then I sent her a reply that I just have resting, stressed out face. Like if you could see me. It's better than the other resting face, right? Oh my God, you make me laugh. You know what's so funny, Penny? So, you guys might get replies from Patrick because sometimes I'm so busy and Patrick's like, what can I do to help? And I'm like, can you go through my email? Because I just haven't been able to get through it. So just know sometimes I've like, Patrick will be watching TV and I'm like working like crazy. I'm like, can you go through my email, please, and just respond? So he read that email that you wrote, Penny, and we were laughing so hard. He's like, that's so you. So me to just look that way. Oh my God. I'm contemplating. Yes. It's my contemplative face. Okay. Before as long as everything's still in the hoop, it's going to be really easy for me to get back to where I want to be. So I'm going to put this in my lappy lap. And this is probably my favorite seam ripper. And I love it because it's attached to the tweezers. And I think this is called the rip and grip, because there's sometimes it's way easier, like when it first starts and there's that little knot, it's easier to grab it with the tweezers than it is with the seam ripper. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out this big satin stitch, because that's going to be easy to remove. And I'm not going to worry about the stitch that went around. I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to pull it, because I'm telling you, that Holoshimmer looks so stinking good. Oh my God. You don't want to cut the fabric underneath, so just be careful. But I love every seam ripper, because the best seam ripper is the one that you can find in my book. And I have them all over, because I make a lot of mistakes. Ah, it's funny, huh? Okay. And now you can just grab it. Because it hurts grabbing it with your finger. I mean, I think it hurts grabbing it with your finger. Ugh! Why won't you come out? So now I'm just going to see what I can pull out with my tweezers. And I might not rip the whole thing out. I might just take this much. That's a bobbin thread. Rip and grip. I love the seam ripper, right? It is like the best. I just show you the stuff I love. And sometimes I show you stuff I love and then I find something better. Like, you know, that happens sometimes, but it's always the stuff that I use. Maybe I have to get a little bit more. Remember, I was like, I'm only going to pull out that satin stitch, and then I can't help myself. I've got to get a little bit more. I don't want to rip out any of the cord. The string part. This is heavy. This part here, I'll be holding it down. Holding my start-stop button. That's good enough. Oh, look at you, just came out, didn't you? Little thread. This is the kind of stuff I'll sit and watch TV. Patrick and I watched that movie Weapons, because after the Oscars, I had to see Gladys. You know, the one in the Oscars that had like the red hair. And it was such a creepy good movie. I don't like horror movies. That was like a teenage stage for me where I like that stuff. I don't like that stuff anymore. But it was really, Gladys was just like such a character. You know who would have been good in that role too? I'm not familiar with the woman that was in that role. But Frances McDonald, is that her name? The one from Fargo? She would have been a good Gladys too, I bet. I was like, Patrick, I want to watch this movie. He's like, that's a horror movie. I never want to watch horror. This thing's kind of bulky. I want to get this out. Alrighty. Oh, God. My thumb. I have that trigger thumb thing happening. So if it bends back, it hurts. Hurts. Okay, I might just pick it one more time from the back. It's the top one, right? It's the top. right? So much easier than like just taking the tip of your tweezers. That's why you have to have tweezers that are connected to your seam ripper. And then you don't have to go looking for it too. That's the thing with me, having to go look for stuff. I spend so much of my day looking for stuff I've misplaced. It's awful. And Patrick always says, why don't you just put your keys in the same place every day? Like, have a place. And I'm like, my brain doesn't work like that. My brain says, throw it down. Suffer. Okay, I think that's going to be good enough. We'll look at it from the front and see. That might make it easier for me to pull some, because I keep saying that's good enough, but then I'm going to want to pull some more from the front. And this bottom stuff here is going to be all the under sewing chicken scratch. And that's the stuff that's going to be really hard to pull out. So we'll go ahead and leave that. Okay, that's it for me for real. We're going to leave the rest. That's not bad. There's like a little bit of ick left. Okay, how do you get back? Some of you struggle getting back where you want to be. So I know that was the little bulbs. I know that it's probably going to be right in here, I think. So if you're on this screen where you can go backwards and forwards, you can actually touch right here. And now I can see my little crosshair. Do you see the green crosshair there? So I think it's stitched this way, so I need to go back. I'm just going to go minus 100. Yep, took me back to that one. Minus 100. And then I'm looking over here, and there it is. I want to go back to the beginning of this color. So this goes to the next color. This goes to the beginning of the color that you're on. And that's the beginning of that. So I could have, once I got here, I could have just hit that button. But I got to show you the hard way and then the easy way. Sorry, I'm just cracking myself up. All right. Because it's really thick here and I'm suspicious and I think that my thread's going to break, I'm just going to push this button down. I'm going to hold it down. And I'm going to just stitch this one really slowly. And it could still break because I want you to think that that ribbon thread is going through all this thickness. You know, and that's what, it just takes one little nick in the thread as it's going through and there's friction. Sometimes when somebody's complaining, they're like, oh, the thread is breaking. I'm like, show me your embroidery. And when it's really thick, I'm like, that just happens. You're going to be going through thick stuff and that thread and the needle is going through and up and down and it's pulling the thread through all of that rough stuff, then it can break. Once we get through that, so I'm still holding this down so it can stitch slowly while I get through this whole bulb. Once it gets to the other one, I'm going to take my finger off and then it'll resume its normal speed. Okay, but I'm holding it down right now. Oh my God, Sylvie, I did see that. That was so funny. I can't, somebody brought that box, you know, if people are local, they'll bring in boxes, like if they have boxes that they don't use, they'll bring them in. So somebody brought that in. I'm going to let go and let it go faster. And I totally saw that and I thought, oh, it must have smelled like dog treats or something. That cracked me up. Ah, still broke. Still broke. Yes, I thought that was super funny. I was like sad. I was like, oh, there's nothing in there for them. Okay, I'm going back 10. You guys might want to just leave now because I might just hold it down to do these. And I know that's going to be so boring. But I can't resist. Ready? Finger off. I got to take my chances. I could probably slow it down to like 400 and that might help, right? I'm kind of like all or nothing. I know there was nothing in there for them. Poor pups. What a tease. I mean, your dogs could just smell that there were treats in there, right? They can't read. I'm just kidding. They're like, oh, look, it's the Chewy box. I mean, look how good those lights look. You just can't appreciate it. I'll show it up in the live feed. It really looks just like the thread right off of the spool with that glimmer and that shimmer. Okay, this took a little bit more time. What we did today is we did the upper 4. And so this is going to be homework. So you're going to do 5 and 6. And for those of you that got a kit from us, there's probably like a dozen of you to maybe 20 of you, because that's me. I forgot to put your blue felt in there. So if you don't feel like waiting and you have it in your stash, go ahead and do that. But send me a note and I will pop a piece in the mail. I'll pop a piece in the mail for you. And I'm so sorry. Oh, there we go. Done. Looks amazing. I'm going to go ahead and put the foot up. There you go. That gave us a good little mini lesson on like pulling out our stitches and getting where we need to be. I'm going to have to grab this with my side hoppers or something. But it looks amazing. And I'll work to get this finished up. I will film the rest and post the rest for you. And that's it. Anyone have any questions? We are done with we will be done with volume 1 because this is June. We did April, May. Next week, as long as I have my kit, because I sent out everyone else's kit before my kit. We're waiting for one more batch of fabric kits. I'll be here on Monday to prep Sippin'. And then if I don't have it on Monday, then it could be like a Wednesday evening or something like that. But I want to do it, and I want to do the prep next week so that we can start stitching the first Monday in April is the plan. So stitching's going to be the next thing. You know, you can always join us with whatever project you want to work on, or just to hang out, or just to keep you company. But yeah, have a great rest of your Monday. I'll see you from the store tomorrow. Bye, guys.